Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Monsters, Inc. This movie stars John Goodman, Billy Crystal, Mary Gibbs, Steve Buscemi, James Coburn, Jennifer Tilly, and Bob Peterson. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up, so for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already, please comment down below or be messaging me. That never give you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So Monsters, Inc., as usual, quick synopsis, Lex and the Six, and then the rate. So basically, you have these two scarers, James P. Sullivan, also known as Sully, and Mike Wazowski. And Sully is the leader, so to speak. He's the leader. And then you have Mike Wazowski, who's kind of his partner, right-hand man type of situation. And both of them are scarers. They basically have to collect screams from children. They use doors to go into another dimension. Or, if you believe the Pixar theory, they go back in time. And they basically scare children to gain energy for all of Monster Topless. I think that's the name of the city. I'm assuming, I don't remember, but that is the name of the city for now, Monster Topless, or Monsterville. Who knows? Who cares? They're trying to get energy for their city. One day, Sully walks into the door and he finds this little girl, which they nickname Boo. And Boo decides to come into the monster realm. And again, you could either say that she traveled into the future, if you believe the Pixar theory, or she just traveled into a different dimension, into the monster world. So she's in the monster world, and she's basically wreaking havoc because of the fact that she's a human, and according to monster lore, humans and any of their possessions are poisonous and venomous to the human society. And eventually that's found out not to be true, and it's also found out that their laughter is actually better for energy than the screams. And at the end of the movie, after Sullivan is able to defeat Randall and his boss, the octopus guy, Watermouth, I want to say, or Water Nose, something like that. Let's see, Water Nose, yeah. After he's able to defeat Water Nose and Randall, he becomes the leader. I'm assuming he became, I'm not sure if he became the manager. I'm assuming Roz took that role, but he became a high-ranking leader in the Monster Inc. organization. And now he, instead of scaring kids, he now makes kids laugh for a living. And at the very end, he has to say goodbye to Boo, which is really sad. So, yeah. Overall, I thought this was actually a really great movie. I've already done a review for Monsters University, so very fast, let me just mention that. And just in Monsters University, I really liked the backstory here they had in that movie. However, if you look at the small initial backstory they give in this movie, it's actually really interesting in my opinion how they've been working for so many years. And I really do think that without Monster University, so let's say this is still a standalone movie, I still think that the friendship between the two characters, Sully and Mike, is well made, well put together, well made as a whole. And I really do enjoy that about the movie. Obviously, it's Pixar, so it's going to be well animated. And I think the best thing about this is the fact that all the voices just fit. And again, this has to do with the fact that Pixar knows how to cast their people. So, John Goodman is good as Sullivan. He's actually really good. Billy Crystal as Mike Wazowski is really great, but I think the best one would have to be Bob Peterson as Roz, because originally he wasn't supposed to be Roz. He wasn't supposed to do the voice for Roz, but it just kind of went so well that they were like, screw it, yeah, he's gonna be Roz. That's honestly like the best thing you could do. And Steve Buscemi, I actually never realized it was Steve Buscemi as the voice of Randall till I saw the IMDb page. So that's really interesting in my opinion, and I think it's really cool. I do feel like Steve Buscemi is a bit of an underrated actor. I mean, sure, he's been in Reservoir Dogs and Big Lebowski and Fargo and some of these other bigger movies. But I do still feel that he's a bit underrated, in my opinion. So, yeah, overall, it's just a really great movie, really well animated. It's actually a really great story because, again, it's kind of that situation where it's the people, or in this case, the monsters versus society, and what's socially acceptable, and eventually does get to a point where they're banished and they're sent with the Abominable Snowman, which I thought was really cool. Like, the fact that they are kind of hinting at the Abominable Snowman, I thought that was really cool. And overall, just some of the nods they have towards even other monsters is really cool, like the Abominable Snowman, and even the one in Godzilla at the very beginning, with the one monster that does the clucking voices. Originally, they asked Toho, I believe is a studio, who does the Godzilla films. They asked them, hey, can we use the Godzilla roar? And they said no, they didn't want Pixar to use the Godzilla roar. So at the very end, they just chose some chicken clucking sounds, just had a comedic effect, but still, kind of how they honor other monsters, Godzilla and the Abominable Snowman, really cool. And yeah, I just kind of wish we would have gotten a hint towards like Bigfoot. That'd be really cool in my opinion. Maybe we did, maybe I just didn't notice, but overall, it's just a really cool and what they were able to do. And overall, Monsters Inc. is one of the better Pixar movies in my opinion. I really do enjoy it. And yeah, overall, great movie in my opinion. It's really well animated, but then again, even the worst Pixar movies, Cars 2, is well animated. So it's not really saying much, but still, I do want to point that out. It's still a great animated movie, like animation wise. Overall, just a really great movie. Randall as a villain, pretty interesting in my opinion. I don't think he's the best villain Pixar has ever made, but he is one of the more intriguing ones because of his motivations, especially if you look at Monsters University. But that's a whole different story. Overall, great movie in my opinion. Really did enjoy it, and although it's not my favorite Pixar movie, it is in the top 10. But although it's not, I don't think it's in my top 5. I think if anything, it's number 4 or 5. But besides the point, even though it's still a great movie, I do feel like there are some bad things about it. I mean, I just feel like the story could be a bit better. In my opinion, it could be a bit more stretched out, because I do feel like there are some things they do just out of convenience. But then again, it's a kids movie, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But there are a few things I feel they did that out of convenience, in my opinion. So yeah, overall though, still pretty good. And yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Overall, it's just a great movie in my opinion. And yeah, it's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.